The Big Green Egg presents this week's Recipe on the Grill.
I'm Dr. Barbecue for Fish in the Flats. Today I got a very special recipe. It's a red fish pie. This recipe comes from my buddy Jimmy Broad. Jimmy's a big fan of Fish in the Flats and a real good barbecue cook, and I'm happy to have his recipe. You start out with a couple pounds of red fish, cut up in cubes like this. Pretty good way to start a dish if you ask me. This is a greased 9x13 pan. Make sure you use something that you don't mind putting in your egg. It'll be okay. You might be able to get all the stuff off of it when you get done, but I sort of like to have one that I dedicate to using in the grill because I don't want to bring it back in the kitchen. Next thing we put in are some vegetables. It's a pot pie, we got to have some vegetables. We boiled up some potatoes, green beans, carrots, and onion. I'm gonna put this over the top. You could pretty much use whatever you want in the way of vegetables. I like this choice though. Gives it a nice color. It's starting to look like a pot pie. All right, we got the fish in there, we got the vegetables. Now we gotta start making a sauce. This is some cream, and this is Jimmy's favorite ingredient, cream of asparagus soup, the stuff out of the can. That cream of asparagus soup is gonna give it a nice flavor. Smooth that around. You're gonna get liquid from the vegetables and from the fish as well. So this will make a nice sauce before it's over with. French fried onions, these crunchy ones out of the can. Who doesn't like these things? Don't save them for Thanksgiving. A great ingredient to go on here. It's gonna give it a nice flavor and maybe a little bit of texture be left in it too. All right, I cleaned up my mess here, got all my ingredients for my pie ready to go. Now I'm gonna show you how Jimmy makes his crust. I don't know what they're thinking over in Sebring, but I like it. These are crescent rolls straight out of the can, but you're not gonna roll up the rolls. If you don't make these into the rolls, you got a nice big sheet of dough. Now Jimmy makes it into some kind of exotic shape of a sunrise or something. I'm not doing that. I'm just putting mine on like a pie. Just kind of crimp it together. It's okay. It needs to breathe a little bit, this pie, so I wouldn't worry too much about the appearance. Get it sealed up around the outside. And this will go in here and it'll bake just like in the oven. I've got my egg about 350. This thing is gonna take about 30 to 40 minutes and it should be looking real good. Okay, my egg's been about 350, 375, set up indirect for baking. Look at that, there's my red fish pie. After about 40 minutes, that's what it looked like. I spun it around a couple of times, just in case you're a little bit on level ground or a little hotter on one side. Look at that, bubbling up, beautiful. You really ought to let this rest, but I don't think I can wait this time. I'm gonna break into it and see what we got. That's Jimmy Broad's red fish pie, Jimmy from Sebring. Thank you, Jimmy.